Hi everyone, welcome to Trax Gaming with TSM 4.10 going live. I needed to adjust my profile, so here we are. I made a video just to show you the new features and the updates I did into the profile that started, I think it was pre-patch 8.3 in BFA. Yeah, that has now been adjusted, tweaked, and I integrated a lot of the logic functions of the profile. First things first, with a new profile, there comes new custom sources. You can find them on my Discord. If you go into the profile chat, you can find those custom sources pinned there. I added a few more custom sources, but I will address them more in detail later. First things first, let's look at the profile. I have now divided those into 4 categories: drops and event materials, professions, transmogs, and BOE. Now for the events, you can see here the still mounts, pets, toys, Dark Moon Fair, patterns, and world events. If you look into materials, you can have those divided into the expansions, except for some reason I like to have primals, eternals, and volatiles in the same place. You can put them into their appropriate expansion and you can favorite them in your scans to have them just in one click. And then I have the professions. You can see it here. We have alchemy, archaeology, blacksmithing, cooking, blah blah blah, all of those. And we got transmogs and BOEs all divided. You have vendor shirts and dresses for vendors, but we also have we had the world event free t-shirt day just a few weeks ago. Those are added into the world events. Keep a hold of them. They're really cheap now, but they can get quite expensive when the event is enough in the past. Now, just to show you custom price sources, we have new sources. First of all, estimated posting cost from Billy's on Ixios will be obligated, as this will calculate how expensive something would be to post, like let's say transmog items. It will keep that into account with posting. I'm gonna have my server. This is 100% the profile. So if you do a restock, everything is based on logic functions and DB sale rate, DB regions sold items per day, blah, blah, blah. This is 100%. So if you are on a low pop server and you need less the restock that the profile provides you, this is working as percentage. This is 100% the profile. If you want less, make it less. So if you want half of that, make it 50, as in 50%. If you need more, raise that, like 150, as in 150%, or twice as much, 200, as in 200%. I think it doesn't get any straightforward than that. My server time, that's actually how many times do you want to restock for your server. I want to restock my server once, like once a day. If you want to restock it for 7 days, you change this number to 7. If you want to restock for 10 days, make it 10. Just so you know, this is going to have a great effect on consumables. Not so much into old crafted gear. They still are going to be 1 because they have a low sale rate. This is applied to items with a sale rate higher than 0.05, just so you know, so that you don't end up with 20 swashbuckler shirts. It's still going to be 1. Then I adjusted a few of the custom price sources just to have it be more realistic, as in 100%, 106% crafting for alchemy, because it is a very competitive market. You can see here Trax minimum is still 112%. So I'm going to show you the effect of the custom price sources. So I'm going to clear this here. I have my TSM groups. I'm gonna queue all professions. You're gonna see here, if I queue all professions, almost 100,000 gold estimated cost, and estimated profit is 514. You can see it here. I made a change prior to the profile before I even uploaded it. That's gems. If I'm going to show you how to do it, you're gonna see I queued 50 gems. I made this 4 gems for myself. So gems are really, I'm going to try and show it at the same time. So if you're gonna look at versatile dark opal gems, that's 176 dB region average daily sold with a sale rate of 0.45. Now if the sale rate is high enough, these are in stackable items, you end up having this right here, which is for sale rate higher than 0.20. It's going to queue dB region sold per day times 2. This is what you are going to see. It's going to go with a minimum of 500. And you are going to see that it's going to queue over 300 gems. For quick sand spinal, over 300 gems. For deadly lava lazuli, over 300 gems. If you leave it the way it is. If you say, well, that's too much. Obviously, they are going to sell if you're on top of the market, but they are a huge cost to post. So I made a gem one, which is 50. So I want to queue 50, no matter how much per day are sold, because I think they are very expensive to post. If you are on top of the market, you know you are going to sell a lot of gems. So I made this 4 gems for myself. You are going to have the following. Check this out. Jewel crafting gems. Going to the operation. I'm not going to override it, so it's going to be, I think it is stackable. Let's say this was the normal one is stackable. So if I'm going to requeue, let's requeue. And let's go down to jewel crafting. 353, 313, 301. You will sell them, no doubt about it, because that's how much you are posting. If you set it to 50% of the profile, you are going to have 150 here, 156 here, and 170-ish here. But if you're going with the default, you might end up having these numbers. So what I did, I'm going to show you one more time. First of all, of the stackable one, I made a copy. Easy as that. I went into this maximum restock quantity. I changed this number from 500 to 50. And this one was multiplied by 2. I took that off. That's what I did. And now I have less gems. Because it's going to queue 50. That's what it's going to queue. So it's going to queue the least of 50 and then the logic function right here. That's the whole logic function. So if the sale rate is too low, it's going to queue 5. If it's even lower, it's going to queue 1. Otherwise, it's going to queue just the dB regions sold per day. Or even when a higher number, dB regions sold per day. So it doesn't really matter if it goes above 10, because then it's all the same. Also, we used to have minimum profit amount was 10 gold, 10% crafting. Right now, I divided that even more, as in the cheaper. No, the slower it sells, the more profit you want. So instead of 10 gold for a 0.01, it's going to be 100 gold or 50% of the crafting cost. So if it costs you 1,000 gold to craft it, it's gonna want at least 500 gold profit. That's what it's gonna want. Even a shirt is like 1 silver to make. You still want to have 100 gold profit, because, well, hey, we're here to make money, not just to post stuff and repost it for the sake of it, or the fun of it. What else do we have? We have like Sniper Operations. This is included for the BFA mats. If you want to have something similar for old materials, go ahead and do so. So what it's going to do is going to check if the DB minimum buyout is cheaper than DB market. It's going to show everything up to 0.6 DB market. Otherwise, like, let's say you have a very twisted server, vendor cell. So everything that is a little bit crooked in value will show up when it's worth the vendor cell. Just to keep in mind, I don't know if that will actually work right now. I'm going to snipe. I also have transmogs in there. I hope it's not going to take that long. Everything that shows up here will show up. This percentage is based on your sniper profile. So if it shows up at 100%, that's the maximum price of your sniper profile. Look at here. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. So whenever it's less, it's like 9% of your sniper setting. So that's very, very cheap. But let's be honest, a lot of these items, it's not really worth it at this time. This is all BFA materials. And now it's going to run through to check transmogs as well. So going to pause this. It's a very good example. Let's see here. I said pause. Thank you. So sand spinels. Let's check sand spinel market value 21. So 30% of that 0.60. You have to go from there. Is that a good example? Yeah, 60% of 21. Let me calculate this very quickly. That's like 12 gold. 12 gold will be 100%. So 12 gold divided into, that's like 30%. So that's pretty straightforward. River butt, you're going to see here, 100% is actually, let's see, it's like 2 gold per river butt, so 60% of that is like 1 gold, 20 silver is 100%. So see, it's 1.14, so that's 90%, 99% of my maximum price. So right now, transmog items are also hooked up into the sniper profile. I'm going to cancel this, of course. I'm not going to let it run through. Just going to show you quickly what the transmog sniping operation looks like. So if you want another setting, you can change it here. So really quickly, 50,000 gold worth, if the item is worth 50,000 gold DB region market average, it's gonna show up when it's 15,000. Let's say, hey, I have an Imperium, I have like really a lot of gold to go about. I want to have everything of 50,000 gold show up at 40,000 gold. Yeah, just change this to 40,000 gold. If you want everything of 40,000 gold show up at 30,000 gold, yeah, do so. Do so, no problem. Just do it yourself. It doesn't matter. I have a few other shopping operations. Let's see. Let's show this one for pets. You can see here, the shopping operation is based on DB region market average. And there's one reason for it. I like to do pet arbitrage. So in this way, I can use this profile on any server. Even if you're not using TSM Premium, it's gonna work on DB region market average. That's a source that you will always have, even though you haven't assigned that server into your desktop app on your profile. So it's gonna show everything of 15,000 gold when it's 74% or lower, and 10,000 gold when it's 69% and lower, and so on and so on. And if you look at the auctioning operation, you're gonna see here 74, 69. If you go to the auctioning operation, it's gonna show up at 90% and 85, where it was 74 and 69. So it has a relationship with each other, the auctioning and the shopping operation, just to make it a little bit more easier. You have 70% DB region market average, that's for TCGs. And all of the other stuff is right now it's on 100% DB market, just to make sure if you select a group it will show, because even when it is above max price it will show, and for pets that's the other way around. Above max price is not gonna show. If you're familiar with my prospecting video, I have the platinum gem and osmanite gem operation. If you want more information, look that video up on my YouTube channel. Okay. Mailing operation, I added in where you can send those. So BFA sales, send them to an auctioneer if you want to. Send them to an auctioneer. Blue bracers, send that to your disenchanter. When you're doing shuffles, the green one to your expulsum character. Cheap pigments to your scribe. Herbs to your scribe. Or alchemist, preferably where you want to. Legendary craft sales, send them to an auctioneer. When you want to divide current expansion and older expansion, that's how you need to do it. Tide spray to your tailor if you want to do the shuffle, and then transmog sales also if you want another auctioneer. You just need to do it right here, and it will be done for you. Again, crafting operations, we have a few here. This is 10 per craft. That's like for food from BFA and from Legion. And you have 5 per craft. That's for delicacies, vision food, and for goblin glider kits. So these numbers work a little bit different, because in the front you're going to see minimum of 200, but in the end it's always going to be divided by the craft number, so 5 or 10, because you don't want to queue 200 biltongs or queue 400 biltongs in this case, because it will be 4,000 biltongs. I did it at the start, going blindly into it when 4.10 beta just came out and we were allowed to test it. I made like 4,000 biltongs. I did get rid of those. I just want to say, I did get rid of those. I had a huge portion in my bank, but I got rid of those. So just a heads up, this is divided by 10. And this group, even though it says 200, is going to be divided by 5. We do need alchemy groups as well, because this is using the multiplier and divider for auctioning operations. And then we have alchemy pre-patch. Well, let's say you have an elixir. If you have elixir mastery, potion mastery, you can do multiply by 1.2, and you can make a auctioning operation divide by 1.2. That's something you have to decide for yourself, but it will be best to copy those. So if you want to have a change into gems, make sure to do the stackable, change the 500 to 50, and throw away the multiplier right here, which was multiplied by 2. And then we have the non-stackable items and the stackable items. And as you can see here, everywhere you have these estimated posting cost in the minimum profit amount. And the slower it will sell, the more profit you need to gain from it. If you don't want this stuff, then change it. It is a template. You don't have to live by it. It's just to give you an idea of how to work with it. So let me show you a queue. So we have 101 set up. So 100% the profile for once the restocking for a day. So if I restock that, you're going to see estimated cost 101,000 gold, estimated profit 537. You can see here potions 108, 483, 184, blah blah blah. You have some armor stuff. You can see here 2 cutlasses because of sale rate is 0.2, 1.6 a day, so it's going to be rounded up. 19 inflatable mount shoes, 34 enchants, stuff like that. See, those are the gems in the current state. So it's going to queue that much. And then 21 deep sea bandages, just to keep track of those items. So if I go here and I multiply, let's say we're going to divide by 50. Like, hey, Trax, I'm playing low pop. I don't need that much. Oh, I'm not auctioning. I'm going over here. I'm going to clear it. TSM groups, restock. What are we having right now? See here, this was 108. Now it's 45. Half of it. Half of it. The cutlass will be 1 right now. Inflatable mount shoes from 19 to 10. 17 coming from 34. We have here half of the gems. And we have half of the deep sea bandages. Now, if I go set it up to 100 again, let's do 100. Confirm. And then my server time, let's say you want to queue for 7 days, that's what's going to happen. You are going to run into that maximum restock number of 500 on a lot of those professions, all right? But that's just the way it is. So we have the alchemy ones, which would be higher. Let's see, 238, 231, and chance of the force multiplier and stuff. We have these gems running up to 500, and comfortable ridings, bardings, dredge leather bardings, deep sea bandages. The only reason this is not applied to alchemy is because you're stuck with that potion of prosperity. So it's not going to be applied to BFA alchemy for that reason, because her prices fluctuate so much. Alchemy prices of all these consumables are fluctuating like crazy because you have like reset day. And you got to do a little bit yourself because it's a risk you are going to take. You're always taking a risk. This is not obvious science. Whatever comes up will not always be sold. Let's see if I can post some auctions. Don't know if... yeah, I just did like a restock. But that's what you're going to see. So jump over to the Discord. If you are not part of my Discord yet, you can find that link in the description below. You have a post right there, TSM profile. Let's Goldcap TSM profile, which will show you the custom price sources to add. If you are importing them, I don't know if there is an order in which you need to import all 4 groups. Might be that you import one of the earlier ones and it will not have the custom price source. So it has been flagged. You will see that some of the custom price sources are not imported with the profile properly. So make sure to compare on the TSM, no, not TSM, on my Discord, that you have all these price sources. Make sure you have those. If you're running into issues, add those beforehand and then import the groups again. If you want anything placed somewhere else, just click and drag it. For how it's used right now, you can just click and drag these items to put them somewhere else. Do so, make it your own. If it's more clear logically, or if you just want it to be changed in any other way, you can change the names, rename the group. If you want to change that order, just do so. It's a template. Have fun with it. Switch it up, make it your own. If you want other operations, just make it. Like, hey, gems is too high. Okay, I'm gonna make a gems group. If let's say, hey, whoa, this restock for bags is just a little bit high, I just want 10. Yeah, make a crafting profile, make the minimum restock like 1, make the maximum restock 10. Done. Apply it. Copy the profit amount from the other groups if you want, just copy that in. Or let's say, hey, I want 10 gold profit per bag. Okay, apply this to the bags. That's all you need to do. Just make it your own, have fun with it. So with that said, have fun. If you are running into issues or you have feedback, you know how to contact me. It's very easy using Discord. So have fun making all that gold. And I will see you in another episode. Bye-bye.